What is up, guys? I'm back with another daily build video. This time it's a B tier build on an RX-8 by Hate Fever. Let's go. Real quick before I get into the video, if you want to look for any of my builds, you can find it in the link in the description. It's militiagamingco.com. I have a link to the builds for Unbound, a link to the builds for Need for Speed Heat, and then I also have community builds, which is where I get these builds for the daily build videos. So check it out when you get a chance. All right, let's get into this RX-8. All right, first let's take a look at the stats. So for top speed, we're at 130. That's pretty common for a short track B tier build. That's pretty common for a lot of B tier builds, especially when you take the gearbox and put the lowest or fewest amount of gears in the car and it drops your performance rating all the way down. You end up with a top speed right around 130. So 130 for the top speed, 0 to 60 is 3.8, which is very good for B tier. I expect this thing to be super fast off the line and really quick to top speed. The horsepower is 438 and the max torque is 281 with a quarter mile of 11.9. So that's your stats. Let's go ahead and get this going. We're going to get to our test courses, which are Rat Race and Tourist Trap. Let's see how it does. All right, Rat Race is up first. Fastest time is a 118 with the RSR. No surprise there. The RSR seems to be the dominant car in B tier. They never nerfed it, so let's see if we can get anywhere close. Anywhere close to 120 is crazy good. Here we go. Like I predicted though, the acceleration is very good here in the beginning. It's got good pull right off the line. The curbs are pretty effective on this car, meaning that it has an issue with them. Tends to bump around. Now this is a 40% grip build, so it does drift a little bit, and you can kind of feel it or see it here in the run. This is my first time driving it, but it's feeling okay. Really should have saved that for this corner. But I ended up with a 2-bar at the end of that corner, so that's pretty nice actually. This thing is quite fast, I'm not gonna lie. Not sure why I would lie about that. But damn, this is nice actually. 22, 23. Hey, that's a really good time. I think that's better than the previous B tier cars that I've put up on these daily builds. That is a very nice time. The race itself I thought went pretty smoothly. We can maybe optimize a little bit. Had some of those corners where I was taking you know, some curbs and it was kind of throwing off the line a little bit, but for the most part that's a great run. 123.85 for the RX-8. That's nice. All right, let's get this thing over to Tourist Trap. All right, here we go. Tourist Trap, it's a little bit more open, so that 130 mile per hour top speed is going to come into play here. Fastest time on this is a 151 with the Eclipse. I think I'm in the 40s actually with the RSR, but I don't have it written down. Here we go. We're gonna save a little bit of NOS for this corner. We get credit for a grip turn as well there. All right, this seems pretty good. 130. All right, and we're just at top speed, cruising, bro. I had to go a little wide, didn't want to lose traction. Back at top speed, really not bad, dude. It gets to top speed super quick in fourth. It's got enough power to where it's not an issue. And this should give me enough. There we go. Nice grip turn. We're living at top speed, dude. This is actually nice. It feels really nice to drive. Let's see, I got my bars here.
Patrol here. I have this street racer in my sights.
Another grip turn bonus there. We'll get our airborne stuff. We got a little 2-bar. I took it a little bit too slow there. But we're back at top speed again. It accelerates so well. Man, if this car could get to like 240 top speed, it would be so overpowered. It's not even funny. Surprisingly easy to drive. Ooh, that was close, bro. Man, like if I had that better turn at the bottom there, that would have been good. That would have upset the Eclipse. But 150, 180 with a 130 top speed. That is great for Tourist Trap, dude. I don't think I'm showing as much excitement as this car deserves on this video, man. This is a very, very well-rounded build for B-Class. It is a rocket ship. I mean, it is absolutely good. These are the first 2 races I've ever done with this car in this class. I mean, I've raced it in like A+, but I've never done it here in B with this build. It's pretty incredible. It's pretty incredible. And there's a couple of things, a couple of little things that I had to tweak, or that not that I had to tweak, but that the builder tweaked to make this car really drivable. I'll show them to you in just a second. Let's get the full build up here. All right, so for the engine, we're actually using the stock 232 horsepower, 1.3 liter Wankel. You've got Pro everything for these first 4, and a Pro Root supercharger with the Sport Nitrous, Elite road suspension, Pro brakes, and the Elite grip tires, Elite clutch, which gives you your 3.8 0 to 60. And then we've got the 4-speed in here. Let me just show you the difference between the 4-speed and let's say the 6-speed, which is what comes in the car. So the 4-speed, you've got it in B tier. Check out what the 6-speed does to this car. It puts it all the way up almost near the top of A+. Now that is the problem with these transmission builds, as I like to call them, is where you dump a bunch of power into the car and then put the least amount of gears that you possibly can, which limits your top speed because it has so much power that it gets to 130 super fast, but it's limited to 130. But that drops it all the way into B tier. This is an A+ build in terms of its power and torque, 0 to 60, and then the top speed is the only thing that's limited, and that stat is what's dragging the performance rating all the way down to B. So anyway, this is like, I mean, it's kind of a cheese build almost, but it is very, very good. I would say the RSR falls under this category as well. So anyway, great build. This is the 4-speed on this one. Elite differential, nitrous drift, and nitrous grip for your auxiliaries. All right, and for the handling, we've got 40% grip. Steering sensitivity is all the way low. You need that because this car is actually supposed to be a drift car and it gets a little squirrely. So steering all the way down definitely helps with controllability. And then you've got the downforce all the way up. That helps you with your PI, gets it down to 159. Traction control is on. I don't think I've ever recommended a build with traction control on. Generally, you don't want to limit the power. That's what traction control does. It stops the wheels from slipping. But in this case, it's such a drifty car that traction control on actually helps you control it, and it makes it super easy to drive. You've got plenty of power in the car, so you don't have to worry about limiting it just a little bit in order to keep your traction. So traction on. I've said it like 3 times. Drift entry is on brake tap like normal. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Shout out to Hate Fever for sending this in. It's a great build. And yeah, I'll see you on tomorrow's daily build video. Trigger out.